All right, here we go. Welcome to this edition of the Baseball Forward podcast, a movement committed to passing the beautiful game of baseball on to the next generation of ball players and coaches. I'm your host, Ross Hawley, and I want to thank you for spending some time with us, wherever you might be watching or listening from. For exclusive video clips and outtakes of this and all the other episodes of the Baseball Forward podcast, go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and other socials at baseball_forward or at Ross Hawley 39. And for more information on joining the Baseball Forward movement, visit our site at baseballforward.com. Today's guest conversation is with a play ball ambassador for Major League Baseball and the owner-founder of JustinTime Baseball, Mr. Justin Sherman. Here's episode 104 of the Baseball Forward podcast. Justin, welcome to Baseball Forward, my friend. How are you, sir?
Absolute pleasure to be on. Really appreciate everything you're doing. And like I said earlier, you're a bulldog. I see you pumping. Great stuff.
I love that. I haven't been called a bulldog in quite some time. Maybe back in the old pitching days, my dad was a big Oral Hershiser fan. And I know you know that. Hershiser was known as the bulldog. What did he have, 55 and like a third of scoreless innings in like 88 or something like that?
Some crazy record and a fantastic announcer, too.
Man, I could not agree more. I had the pleasure of sucking in the Dodgers organization for roughly 2 years, and I got to meet Vin Scully, and He was like, to me, Vin Scully is the best of the best, and it blows my mind that he was doing it from when they were in Brooklyn, when the Dodgers were in Brooklyn, man. Since we're on announcers, do you have a favorite that you kind of your go-to? I know you're an East Coast guy.
It's kind of hard to top. I mean, Vin Scully he's a mythical legend, mythical creature. Unbelievable. To the end.
Seriously.
Amazing that you got to meet him. I mean, I'm a born and raised Met fan, but again, I sound like a cop out here. I like the Yankees too. I know everyone, that's like a easy cop out answer, but I love the Mets announcers. I think they're spectacular. Great baseball people.
Yeah,
great voices, great knowledge. And I like about Keith Hernandez is he keeps it real on both sides. So he's not biased. Obviously he's probably a little biased, but great educator.
What a stellar way to describe him, because I love listening to Keith Hernandez. So knowledgeable, and breaks the game down very easily. Speaking of breaking the game down easily, I'm going to give you a tip of the cap, my friend. I've been watching your stuff, and you are a extremely good communicator. And I think one of the things, as we kind of start this podcast up, one of the things that most young coaches, guys getting into coaching, I think one of the things that they struggle with the most is communication. And I, at the ripe old age of 46, I'm finally realizing that, hey man, listen to other people, ask questions. If you don't know, you don't want to be the smartest guy in the room, ask questions, learn, grow. But to the younger coaches, and as I watch your stuff, man, it's very digestible. You're a very good communicator, concise to the point, easy to understand. That's got to be intentional. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I really appreciate that, those kind words. Two things to dive into that. One is, I tell this to our coaches all the time. I went to the ABCA. I believe I'm saying it right. Have you been to that conference?
I have.
And I sat and watched the speaker. I think it was John. Is it John Gordon? He speaks there.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Energy Bus. He's the writer of the Energy Bus. I hope I'm not botching his name, but he was spectacular. Who was the person sitting next to me? The head coach of Vanderbilt, right? He was sitting next to me, and I bring up this example. What did I see next to him? 5 pages of notes, right? So, point to edify your point. You know, everyone's learning. Everybody's learning. So we're all learning and trying to get better. Yes, our company, JustinTime Baseball, and I try as a youth coach and to get our coaches trained, which I'll dive more into it. I really focus on the delivery of instruction and the management, practice management That's something that makes us, at least I'm striving to make us proprietary. Is not necessarily, they're not former big leaguers or minor leaguers, which, as you know, that doesn't sometimes always translate to being a great youth coach. It's how well do you deliver your instruction and manage your practice. And obviously just love working with young kids. That obviously like a plug going in an outlet, it doesn't work unless you love young kids and working with young players and the process. But ultimately, practice management and delivery of instruction is what we really focus on.
I love hearing that because, boy, thinking about, communicating with, anywhere from 6. I've got three kids. I've got a 12, 11, and a 7. And what you just said, delivery of instruction. I'm like, the better I am at delivering the instructions to them, the better they are at behaving in life in general. So I'm curious. There's so many questions I want to take this down, or so many roads I want to take this down. But I want to start with this. It's a gift to be able to be in the presence of young baseball players, softball players, young men, kids, boys and girls. It's a gift. It takes somebody very special to be able to communicate with them. It takes patience. When did you realize that you were like, hey, I'm pretty good with kids? When did that kind of hit home?
So I was a pretty okay to solid baseball player. I had an interesting journey. Played high school baseball. I got cut from my junior varsity high school baseball team. And I'm like, wow, what should I actually walked up to the high school baseball coach in the parking lot. And he probably thought I was going to punch him in the mouth or something. And I just straight up said, what can I do to get better to make the varsity?
Wow.
And he's like, well, he said all the right things. Like the reality was I wasn't good enough to make varsity. I ended up busting my rear end and just said, I got to do more. Just nothing crazy. Do more. Made the varsity the next year.
Attaboy.
And played 2 years at junior college in Westchester. And then I played at a 4-year school called Purchase College, nice school in New York. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I just had a bunch of injuries. I know that happens with a lot of players. And I just started coaching in the neighborhood. My parents used to call me the Pied Piper. So I'd always have like a crew of kids. I was like 8. I was with like a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. And we would just play stickball in the neighborhood. Oh. But I was always orchestrating kids and little games. And I just, even at these like prospect camps, I found myself loving just almost explaining the knowledge than actually doing it, as much as I love hitting a baseball. But I loved showing or watching the result of what I implemented with a player and seeing that come to fruition, or even just their confidence being built. And I just knew like, this is like, it was easy to me. Like it felt easy as far as that path. Obviously we're always learning, and this is why I love learning from you and everyone else. But it just clicked and felt correct.
Wow.
And I'm passionate about, and there's more to dive into for sure.
Yeah, and like some of the videos that I watch, I was watching one earlier where you were talking about posture, and I never even thought about using the wall with your backside. But I'm interested in how you've got to be creative. I'm sure you've got to be creative, and you've got to be thoughtful of how they're going to be learning the content. So talk to me about the creativity that goes into developing the content and making sure that they doing your best to help these young players understand the game.
So this is something I say to our staff, which, by the way, just to make a note, I think you'll get it. I would love to have you in maybe to speak to our staff. In our company, this is one of the best decisions I ever made. 2-3 years ago, I made it mandatory for professional development. Every coach is paid to be on. They can't step on a field without being trained. And again, it's not on hitting drills, right? It's how do you manage the practice? How do you deliver your instruction? The drill part is almost, I wouldn't say the easy part, but it's how do you keep the kids engaged how do you keep them organized? How do you keep them, I guess you could say, engaged? But we do this every 2 to 3 weeks. It's paid. And why do I say that? The big common theme is empathy. What is the child thinking? That kid's 6 years old. There's 9 kids standing on a line, for example, and there's 1 kid catching a ground ball. What do you think those 9 kids are thinking? I'm 34. If I'm on a line and waiting for a ground ball, I'm bored.
Yes.
Right? So empathy. I'm always trying to say, like, think in the shoes of a 6-year-old. Would you be bored if you were waiting online? Yes. So how can you not, you got to take responsibility as a youth coach and be like, wow, something I'm doing, I need to fix.
Wow.
Right? So that's something I'm constantly hammering in our PDs and to our staff, and I'm always thinking.
What I love about the game, about the guys that learn, there's just no ego, and I'm like just absorbing this, and with the opportunity to talk to you, and hopefully spread a message to other younger coaches coming up. Where do you see, and it's not a negative thing, but where do you see most guys missing? And like, how correctable is it? Because to me, it seems like it's simple, like we're baseball guys, but it's not simple if you're not a baseball guy. So what kind of advice, where do you tell guys to start? What is the focus in running an efficient practice and getting the most out of your kids?
So it's a great, and you asked fantastic, I'm not just saying this, fantastic questions.
Thank you.
You're really guiding it perfectly. So when you say to a youth coach, to one of our youth coaches that maybe is just starting, or right? So is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Like let's say I got a group of kids, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and I'm a dad, and I've never coached. I don't know anything about baseball. I'm a little bit athletic, but man, I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
So again, I truly believe there's a couple gold standards that I like to say to our youth coaches or to a parent coach, which we train across Westchester and New York State. The age of the child is equivalent to the duration of the drill.
Wow.
So anybody could go on YouTube and type in hitting drill for a 7-year-old, right? But again, it's the management. That's something that I don't think is talked about enough. I always say to a parent or to a youth coach, any coach, I think to myself, the age of the child should be equivalent to the duration of the drill.
Dang,
if they're
great.
8 years old, make it an 8 to 10 minute station. It should not be longer than that. Even if they go around twice, right? If it's an hour and a half practice, they go around twice around the bend, 8 to 10 minutes if they're 8 years old, right? So that's one. I always say competitions increase focus. Right?
Competition increases focus.
Correct. So if it's a partner catch station, if it hits their hand, I do this with the 6-year-olds, right? Because what do they do most of the time at 6 years old? They're missing, right? They're still learning. So if it hits their glove and it comes out, it's a point still, right? They dive for a ball, it hits the bottom of their glove, it's a point. They catch it with 2 hands, it's 2 points.
Love it.
They hustle, it's a point. So age of the child, duration of the drill, competitions increase focus, and the amount of coaches should be the amount of stations. So if you have 3 coaches, 3 stations. You got 1 coach, 1 station with individual and partner activities, so you could facilitate and manage. These are all things that I try to implement in our company that are gold standards. I mean, again, I'm still learning, but that's what we do. Those are some principles I like to add.
Talking with Justin Sherman. We got a little feedback going on in the background, but we'll figure it out. Talking with Justin Sherman on episode 104 of the Baseball Forward podcast. JustinTime Baseball. Interesting. I like the play on it. I know you run camps. Tell us more about JustinTime Baseball, and then bleed into the. That's a big deal, dude. Being a play ball ambassador. That's got to be kind of like a star on the wall moment for you. So talk about JustinTime Baseball and then get into the ambassador with play ball.
I appreciate it. So yeah, basically JustinTime Baseball, we do things, I know you probably hear this, we do things differently, but we are not a travel organization. We are a I call ourselves a youth development enrichment company. And we are also, what we have morphed to is a bolt-on solution for little leagues and rec departments. So what we'll do,
love that.
We do after school programs, we do lessons, we do programs. Definitely do that. But what we've been doing lately, we've started with 1 and now we're in 13 little leagues, is they will bring us aboard to work in unison with these little leagues. So XYZ Little League, they have their Saturday T-ball. It's the parent coaches with JustinTime Baseball trained staff, and we're working in bolt-on in unison together. So I call us a third-party solution. That's what we become a lot of. So we're in some towns doing 7 days a week for their town.
Wow.
Whether it's ages 6 to 11, or frankly 4 to 11. And yeah, we're in 13 towns, 13 little leagues. And then of course we do our own programming and summer camps. But something that we've really taken it's taken on a life of its own is this bolt-on solution. We started with 1 little league 5 years ago. We're now in 13, about 13.
Let's go, man. Well done.
Appreciate that. But again, we also now travel. We also do this with travel. So a lot of these, as you know as well, or better, this better than anyone. A lot of these travel organizations, some of them are quote unquote just, hey, I'm a dad that might not have that experience, but I'm running my town travel team. They'll bring in a just-in-time coach to work with them. So I actually do that on the travel side. We stay away from having our own travel team. And who knows down the road. But another thing we started doing, just to ramble on here,
keep it going, baby.
This winter, 3 winters ago, I started my own indoor instructional gameplay league in a dome, in a 400-yard dome.
Love it.
And every kid gets a jersey, no score, everyone hits. It's all. I pay an umpire to come in to make him like a coach umpire, and it's just constant instruction, constant instructional gameplay. And I've been doing that for the winter, and it's like, sometimes we have like 70, 80 kids, and it's just like 10 teams. And I'd rather it be fewer kids per team. So even if it's a 6-on-6, I keep it to small teams, so we get more repetitions. So that's what we're doing.
One of my partners, Coach Jim Schwanke, man, he harps on reps. Just shut up and give the kids reps. And that's what I'm hearing from you is repetition. It sounds like you just want them to play. So add on to that, and then I'm gonna lead you into the questions on the play ball, because I got to know more about that stuff too.
So I always say reps over lectures, right? So
reps over lectures,
meaning the amount of time. Think in that 7-year-old shoes. Do they care about a 7-minute talk on launch angle? Do they care? No. Barely some of us don't care at 30 and above, right? So, or 20 and above. So I'm not saying it's not important, but it's how you deliver the instruction. That's why I always say, I think that's the most paramount thing. Is your delivery and the management, because that covers a lot. Like almost like on a car. You fix one thing on the car, it's going to fix another thing on the car. It's going to, that they all work hand in hand. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you? Because boy, I'm going to dig in on I want to dig in and more on your brain. But is it hard for you to go to a practice or watch and just be like an observer and see coaches that, like, I'm just going back to the idea of a coach talking too much? Like, why am I at the end of a 10-year-old game, why am I giving a 30-minute speech to a bunch of kids that are just not even looking at, like, they're off La La Land? Does that drive you insane? Is that one of the big, is that one of your gold standards when you're talking about, coaching coaches? Is it really trying to make them understand, I don't want to say how short the attention span is. That's what it is for kids. But less is more. Is that an idea?
Totally. There was a study. I don't know. I can't even tell you. But besides, this is a big factor. I think that's helped me a tremendous amount. Besides learning from phenomenal coaches, I went to grad school as well for phys ed. And there was a study that someone wrote where it's like after a certain amount of time, it's diminishing returns, and there, more than 3 pieces of information after it gets past 3.
Wow.
It just goes down like from 80% retention to like 10% retention.
Wow.
Right. So it should be, I say this to parents all the time. I say this to our Justin-Time coaches. I say, look, if you were that, and it's hard because as you know, better than anyone, there's an ego involved, right? There's an ego. Some of them are getting out. They're an accountant. They're a doctor. They're working in the union, whatever it is. And God bless them. I say to everyone, God bless parent coaches.
Yes.
Because we need them. I am not a fan of, get rid of parent coach. No, we need to work in unison and help them.
Well said.
They're well, together. They're in unison together. So is it frustrating? Yes. But I think by taking a higher level thinking and just think like, look, some of them just don't know. They don't do this for a living, right? They don't study the art of the delivery of instruction. They're not in it like we are 24/7 engulfed in it, entrenched in it. So I think empathy too, based on me, like it's very easy to be like, dude, what are you talking about? Like no one cares what you're talking about. Or it's much easier to say, look, if you were that 7-year-old, a better way to do it is maybe this way. Or a better way to do it is to maybe visually demonstrate. Because auditory is if I tell this to our T-ball parents, okay, Johnny, step with your left foot. I want you to now put your arm up. That's out over their head, right? You're better saying nothing and visually demonstrating what to do. You don't have to say a word and visually demonstrate. So I jumped all over the place there, but basically, you got to be empathetic too to the parents because they don't know. Some of them don't know. Some of them are exceptional. They're exceptional. They get it. They quote unquote get it. But it's hard. Everyone thinks, it's just you throw a bunch of balls out there. No, you're molding the future of the game. They could be the reason why you keep playing or quit.
Man, that's powerful. And I want to throw in a story where I learned I'm going to say I was 32, 33. I'm a pitching coach at this private school in Dallas, and I'm so important because I know everything about pitching and blah, blah, blah. And I get ready to give this speech about pitching and how we're going to go about our year at the beginning of the year. And I start talking to the kids, and it's a varsity team. And a minute into my prepared lecture, some dude rips the loudest fart you've ever heard in your life. And I was like, there goes my speech. And I'm telling you, Justin, that was a moment for me where I was like, man, they don't care. Like, just go out, let them work, talk to them, keep it simple, let them get their reps. They'll ask. And what I found is the guys that want to get better, they'll ask the questions. Is that kind of how you see it?
So I always say the best sessions, that's funny. I always say the best sessions, and I talk about this in our Just-in-Time programming, is when you as a youth coach become the facilitator, right? When you become the facilitator, not a command style, right? Okay, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. Visually demonstrate it. Boom, boom, boom. Instruction. And play, sprinkle instruction. Play, sprinkle instruction, right? So I think those are the best sessions. I feel like as a coach, I don't know how you feel about that, but when it's flowing and you're sprinkling in that instruction as they go, as opposed to stop, instruct. There's a time for that. But, most of the times they got to outwork the problem, outwork it, and sprinkle it in. You give a little sprinkle of gems, then keep it going.
Love it.
That's my opinion on it. So I always say you want to get to the session as a coach where it's in a flow state and you become a facilitator of the instruction, if that makes sense.
It 100% makes sense. And it's a beautiful way to think of it because the way I look at it is if a young man trusts me to work on his game with him, man, we're on this journey together. Let's figure this out together, shooting ideas off each other. That to me is the beautiful part about baseball. Man, I want to get into your brain a little bit. Like, wow, you're super entrepreneurial. I can tell. It's obvious, like the pride and the way you how you're handling your business. Even in this conversation, you can tell how important it is for you to attempt to get it right for yourself, for the families, for the kids. What did you get your degree in? Like, did you always know you were going to be a coach? Like, I want to know where the entrepreneurial mind comes from and how you married that with the sport that you love.
Great. Well, I appreciate that. And you're doing well yourself. Basically, where do I begin? Basically, when I was 13 years old, my good friend and I would go to like these bar and bar mitzvahs. And we're like, wow, we love the DJ. We didn't even care about the party. We just loved the DJ and how they did the gigs.
Yeah.
And my friend and I at 13, 14 years old, we're like, we should just be DJs.
Let's go.
And I say this, right? 3 years later, our parents bought us a set of equipment.
No
and
way.
We started doing gigs in the city at 14, 15 years old. We would do like Sweet 16s. We did like a 40-year-old birthday. We were 16 years old. And I remember we made $50 for like 4 hours on the lawn, and we did our first party. We were like, yes,
$50, baby.
Right. And it wasn't the money, it was the idea. Here it is. It came to fruition. We did it. It wasn't the money, right? It was the principle, right? So I love creating a service, especially obviously now, and an idea like a fisher, someone going fishing and someone's biting on it. And also just creating value. It's fun to me. I find it just like what you're doing here with your podcast. Like, you're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
This is great questions. So yeah, I mean, it kind of more of everyone's like, oh, and one day I decide, sometimes it's just like very organic, right? So I was doing baseball lessons in my neighborhood. I actually, the baseball business. So that was one, I knew the entrepreneurial side, selling baseball cards always, right? And it wasn't about the money. It was just about seeing it go out there, selling it, bringing it in, right? And
satisfying.
Like giving value. Yeah. I had a rock painting business at 6 years old. I was not a painter at all, but no, I just always had that. And it was in my family as just like business owners, but merchant, that term is lesser today, but a merchandiser, where my mother was very into merchandise, selling shirts, jewelry, etc. But yeah, fast forward, like there was this batting cage in my neighborhood when I was in college, and I didn't have, in my mind, I was like, look, I'm going to go play pro ball. And my expectations were different, and level of thinking for playing was different. But I set up a business where I would say, hey, look, I'm going to give batting lessons at the batting machines, and we make a commission-based deal where if I bring in a kid and, we'll do like a partnership. This was like my last summer playing baseball. That summer I did 2 lessons in total, right? And what am I trying to tell you here? Why? Because I didn't promote it as well. I didn't communicate I didn't go up to the customer and start bringing them in. So I learned I probably made $200 that summer, right? My point of what I'm saying here is I learned business lessons on going to get the customer, go up to them, market, sell. And selling gets a really bad rap because guess what? As youth coaches, you're selling your message.
That's right.
Right? Your delivery is that everything sales. Everything sales. Everyone thinks like, oh, it's a slimy word, sales. It's not. It's a way of life. Right?
Man,
that's just what it is.
And let me ask you this, because I love the spirit, man. Like, the energy is so good. Okay, so I say sales and I say entrepreneurial. I love hunting and I love creating and just I want the next thing. I wrote down lead generation, and I want to know for you? You've been in sales. You've kind of we've woven, is that the word? Woven your way through these different businesses. Like, give me what is the key to generating quality leads in a sales role?
Well, I actually think I like these three terms. I've actually, when I'm sitting down at the end of the day, sometimes I'll just jot these notes: problem, solution, result. That's sales right there, right?
Yes.
Problem, solution, result. I think a problem, and we found a niche because a lot of these kids, these coaches, to be honest, look at the age bracket we're seeing as a babysitting service, right? So the 4 to 7 year old range is like, but it's babysitting. No, you're molding them. So how does this come into what you're saying? The problem that I saw in the marketplace here in Westchester is that no one was doing it. No one was doing it. We have 3,000 kids, and I'd say 2,000 of them are 4 to 8 years old.
Wow.
Right? So the problem is they're not getting a quality education. So the solution is we're going to bring in the best minds. I try to bring in some of our best coaches barely played high school baseball, but they're phenomenal educators. They're not going to go train a 14-year-old on launch angle. They don't know that. I mean, I love all our coaches, but I just know our niche. So this comes back to what you're saying. And the result, right? The result is my favorite result is when I hear a Little League, their enrollment went from 60 kids for T-ball to 130.
Beautiful.
Right? So that's the metric. So I'm jumping here.
No, man, this is beautiful. I'm right with you, man.
So so basically the lead generation, I think sales is find the problem, solution, get the result. That is sales. And then also I think the more you do, the more you can do, right? If I'm running a program on a Saturday and program's over, I'll go watch a kid on a Saturday, or I'll pay some of our coaches to go watch other kids play. I don't see anyone doing that, frankly. And it's supporting, and it's almost like a walking billboard.
That's right, man. That's right.
So there's and again, if you're committed, you'll get creative on anything. So like some of that, we are constantly, I always, like you're a bulldog. Frequency wins. I think frequency wins, really. I think the more you do, the more you can do.
Man, I love that. Talking with Justin Sherman on episode 104 of the Baseball Forward podcast. You're firing me up. Because you're making my mind just stir, and I feel like it's this 32 minutes that we've spent is making me understand you better, and it makes me understand why you're successful. And I like that because it's not been that much time. So let's lead right into one of the coolest things that you got on your tagline is, dude, you're a Major League Baseball play ball ambassador. That is not a small feat. That is like, number one, congrats. That's amazing. That means Major League Baseball trusts you to put their brand in front of whoever. I want to know, how the heck did you land that? And give me just the highlights and just fill me in on that.
So I really do appreciate it, and it's an amazing honor. It's a long story, but basically through multiple people and through some back and forth that I've been going through in different channels over at MLB, it basically came to fruition where I had a great meeting over there at the office. And basically, I'm giving you a summation here, but basically it molded into now 3 years later as an ambassador. And basically Major League Baseball's, just to give context of what it is for some of the listeners, this is their youth initiative to grow the game. And I'm essentially one of the Pied Pipers, along with Ball Game.
Yep.
Coach Ball Game, who's spectacular. He's
amazing.
Great guy, amazing to learn from. Amazing. So we're going across the country, and it started more regionally in New York, and now I've been traveling all over the country. And it's an amazing honor. But basically, the whole goal is, I say this as at our clinics, hey, what does it say on your shirt? Play ball. We want you to play ball, right? And there's more to go with that. But yeah, been doing this now this is year 3.
Man.
And it's a long story, but essentially through multiple people and a lot of different channels. But I pinch myself every day, frankly, that I get to do that. It's an amazing honor. It's an amazing honor.
You know what, Justin? What I never imagined in my life, and I'm 46 now, I never imagined, like, when you play baseball, you always think, I'm going to be a Major League Baseball player. That was my goal, okay? And blah, blah, blah. And I think it's the majority of guys. Like, I dreamt of being that dude. But you don't realize the network and the relationships that you grow in the game as you're going. You're not even really paying attention to it. But if you would have told me that when I'm 46, that I'm still going to be giving to the game in a way that is just like I love conversations like this. I love the game. Do you pinch yourself? Like, do you genuinely understand how cool of a life that is to be trusted by MLB, to have your own businesses? And is it kind of like you're just walking around living a dream?
Totally. And like, I know you feel the same way. Like, I'll talk to my friends. Oh, I'm working here at this finance. And it's like, they're miserable.
Yes.
Right? And it's like the fact that I get to do this at this time with you, speaking with such a great guy, you, passionate coach, and a great, you are a gift to the game, by the way. I see you pumping a lot. Great goal. Like, the fact that we get to do this on a Monday morning, it's like fun. It's phenomenal. So it is sometimes when you're so far into the forest, you got to take a step back and be like, wow, this is like cool, man. Yeah. Like, this is an honor. Like, I do pinch myself, and I think it's important to be humble. I think it's important to pat yourself on the back. I think it's also important to be like, listen, I feel like, to me, the success is, here's the gap, and we're always trying to fill the gap. That's what I think success is. The pursuit of your potential. If you just keep on that path, I think good things happen, and that's what you've been doing. That's what I feel I've been doing, and it's an honor. Yeah, it's a crazy honor. So it's a crazy honor for both of us.
It is, man, and thank you for the kind words. Like, truly, and I agree with having the humility, and I'll say for all the young guys out there, that are playing, that think, I got to get there. Just love the game, respect the game, give to the game, and it'll give back to you. And you don't even know. You may become a Major League Baseball player. You may be in the front office. You may be an analytics guy. You may be a coach. But, boy, there's a lot of ways to give back to the game, and it just keeps giving to me. Talking with Justin Sherman on the Baseball Forward Podcast, episode 104. We got about... Let's go about 5 more minutes, 5-10 more minutes. Great conversation with you. I want to... A very specific question. Why baseball, man?
Well, I think you and I are biased, but I think it's the hardest game in the world.
Yes.
And that's what makes it, I think it was Tom Hanks, right? In League of Their Own, one of the best.
Yep.
That's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes it great, right? It's so, quote unquote, hard. And it's so similar to life. It's so similar to life because most of the time there's failure. Quote unquote failure.
Yes.
And life lessons. And I mean, of course, there's life lessons in basketball and soccer, but I think baseball, because there's so much quote unquote failure. And that's what makes it so spectacular. So spectacular.
Do you, like, I'm romantic about the game, man. I'll watch Burns's baseball every year, every offseason in it. Is that kind of, do you have that? It's your life. Baseball is your life.
Of course. It's not even like, oh, well, I coach baseball like you. It's your DNA. It's just a part of your being. It's a part of your being. And it is hard to not be romantic about baseball. And speaking of Vince Scully, like you listen to him watching a Dodger game. How can you not be? How can you not be like, this is spiritual,
Man,
right?
man.
This is spiritual,
I was
right?
just thinking of his last sign off, and man, I want to ask you for some advice, and let's wrap it up with this, and let's for three demographics. I want you to give some simple advice to baseball players, youth baseball players coming up in the game. What general advice do you have for these youngsters out there?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but now that I'm not, and I know you say this, and I feel like I've known you for years, even though we just met.
Let's go.
Really enjoy it. Like,
Yes.
I don't think because like you, like me, I was a pretty decent to average college baseball player. I did not enjoy it as much. And I say enjoy me, of course I loved it, but like, stop, not trying to get a hit, did it. How about just like get out there and try to see the ball and hit the ball hard?
Hmm.
I'm not worried about my batting average. I'm not worried about what I did last at bat. Like, I guess the anxiety of it somehow,
Hmm.
and maybe enjoy isn't the word, but really like take away the statistics, take away all that, and just be.
Yes.
It's so hard, though. It's so hard.
And
I did
it,
not
it
do that
oh,
enough. I regret it. I regret that. Like, I feel like I would have been a better baseball player if I did that.
hey, you're preaching to the choir, my friend. And it's the same thing. I would love for kids to just say, hey, did you get a good pitch to hit? And did you put your best swing on it? That's it. That's what we control. All right. That's excellent advice. Let's go to parents. Give some general advice for parents out there of youth baseball players.
Can I be a little harsh?
Do it, man.
Stop talking so much to your kid.
Yes.
God bless you. Great, great job in the batting cage. You could talk about whatever, even still. But when they play, love you, Johnny. Great job. Get out there and play. Because, like, I know you see this. You see this more than me. Like, elbow up, do this.
Oh,
And I use this expression. It might have been ball game, frankly, where, if you were doing your office job and you had everyone in your ear talking to you, would you like that?
oh.
Right? Or, again, if you want to, I heard another great thing. If you want to have a kid quit video games, just yell in their ear the whole time. Hit the A button, hit the B button. Right? So, like, just let them play. Because I see a lot of the times, youth coaching experience, but it's also the parent expectations are getting out of hand and disgusting.
Boy.
And I think just watch your kid play. Like, just enjoy. I know it's harder, easier said than done because it's your baby, but watch your kid and just enjoy the game because it goes real quick.
It does. And you know what? I'm gonna say it a little bit harsher. Shut up. Just shut up. And we love you. I love parents. Like we're on the same page about the parents, but I'm like, gosh, I coach, I help coach my 12 and 11-year-old their team, and you just hear parents. Not on our team. We actually have a really good team, but you hear these parents, and you're like, do you really think that's going to help him in that moment? And that, like, no, stop. All right, I got two more questions for you. Advice for young coaches coming up in the game. What do you have for them?
Stop yelling at the kids. Take responsibility for your instruction and have a growth mindset. And that all works hand in hand, right? Like, okay, that player is not grasping your instruction. Do you think it's their fault or do you think maybe it's your fault?
Good point.
Like, what could you do to be like, you know what? That's too complicated. Or, you know what? Unnecessary to say that. Or, too complicated, unnecessary. Build a relationship. It's relationship built. And think about it. If that player doesn't remember you as a coach, whose fault is that?
Boy.
That's not their fault. That's your fault. So
Boy.
be the best coach you could be, and be the coach that you wanted as a kid. And yelling to me is like, I see this a lot. Like, hey, what are you doing? I'm not saying be kumbaya, but take self-control and be empathetic to what you're saying. Like, you got to be empathetic. I think that's a big thing. More empathetic.
Love it. Love it. All right, man. Justin Sherman, JustinTime Baseball. We're going to finish this with this. What was your walkout song?
So when I was hurt in college, I was out 1 year, and the next song I came out to was Return to the Mac.
Oh, yeah, baby. Are you serious? I love it.
So,
Return of the Mac. What a great song. And if you're listening to this episode of the Baseball Forward podcast and you don't know who, is it Mark Morrison? Mark Morrison?
Yeah. Mac Morrison, Mark Morrison. Yeah,
hey, Return of the Mac. Go hit that when you're out here on your walk. All right. I'll finish just because I love music, man. All right. So you Return of the Mac was your walk-up song. What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of music do you get into?
I love rap and house. I listen to everything, but I know that's like a generic answer, but rap and house, definitely. I mean,
give me two artists, rap artists. Give me two that come to the top of your mind.
I mean, I love Drake. Drake is great.
Agreed.
I'm a classic. I mean, then I also like a lot of Jay-Z, and then just all house. I'll listen to BPM, just bump it on the way to the field. So, but I love that. I love a lot of things with those two for sure.
Justin Sherman rolling up to the 6-year-old camp. Listen to some house music, baby. I love it. I have that visual for the rest of my life. Justin Sherman, hey man, number one, honor. Like what? Keep going. I can't wait to see what you do. Just been a blast. This conversation and then just watching your stuff. Thank you for the content. It helps me. I genuinely appreciate you. Give us 30 seconds. Take us out, and then I'll hit the outro.
Appreciate everything. Really do. I love what you're doing. And like I say, Bulldog, like I see you really picking the brains of all great baseball, softball people, and it's beautiful to watch. I'm learning from you too.
Awesome.
Okay. And I think you and I will talk even further. I think we'll be more involved together down the road. And I appreciate your time. Appreciate you. Hopefully we learned, helped some parents and youth coaches, and I'm still learning too.
I'm certain we did. Justin Sherman, episode 104 of the Baseball Forward podcast. We'll see you guys. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Baseball Forward podcast. For exclusive content, offerings, and more information, visit us at baseballforward.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at baseball_forward. I'm your host, Ross Hawley, and I will see you next time.